Welcome to Bookcast AI Podcast. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic. We're looking at Paul Jarvis's book, Company of One, which challenges the traditional pursuit of growth for its own sake. Let's explore how businesses can thrive by focusing on betterment and simplicity. What's the main takeaway here?
Company of One is all about redefining success. Instead of blindly chasing growth, it suggests leaning into resilience, autonomy, speed, and simplicity to build a sustainable and fulfilling business. It's about questioning the need to grow bigger and considering if staying small might actually be a smarter strategy.
That's a refreshing perspective. I mean, traditionally, growth has been seen as the ultimate goal, right? But Jarvis argues that it can lead to unmaintainable employees, unsustainable costs, and more work than there are hours in the day. How do companies of one approach growth differently?
Exactly. Companies of one scale up revenue, enjoyment, focus, autonomy, and experiences without scaling up the payroll, expenses, and stress levels. It's about resisting the urge to just add more resources when faced with challenges. Instead, they focus on creative problem-solving and prioritizing what's important. It's a mindset shift that anyone can adopt, regardless of their business size.
I love how it emphasizes the idea that autonomy isn't just a buzzword. It requires mastering a core skill set. How does that tie into achieving competence and overall betterment?
Well, autonomy and competence are deeply intertwined. When you become expert in your field, you gain control over your work, which leads to more meaningful outcomes. It's not just about competence for its own sake, but for the greater good. This mindset helps businesses navigate any economic climate because they're resilient and adaptable.
Speaking of resilience, Jarvis mentions it as a key trait for companies of one. How can businesses cultivate this resilience?
Resilience is indeed crucial. It involves accepting reality, having a clear sense of purpose, and being adaptable when things inevitably change. It's about seeing disruptions not as setbacks but as opportunities to evolve. This mindset helps businesses stay grounded and focused on their true north.
And that brings us to the importance of having a purpose. How does purpose aid in decision-making and team retention?
Purpose is like a guiding star. It provides clarity in decision-making, helps retain team members, and fosters a deeper connection with customers. Even when passion wanes, purpose remains constant, allowing businesses to navigate challenges more effectively.
I can see how envy could be a distraction in this context. Jarvis suggests turning envy into admiration. What's your take on that?
Absolutely. Instead of envying others, focus on what they're doing right and learn from their successes. It's about rethinking your path and moving forward with a positive mindset. And let's not forget the quote by Ricardo Semler. To grow bigger is not much of an effective business strategy at all. It's a powerful reminder to question the traditional growth narrative.
Indeed, and speaking of questioning, Jarvis talks about setting upper limits to goals instead of just focusing on exceeding them. How does that impact sustainable growth?
Setting upper limits encourages a focus on quality over quantity. It helps businesses find what is enough, avoiding the pitfalls of growth at all costs. This approach leads to more thoughtful and intentional business practices, ultimately contributing to long-term success.
So, in essence, Company of One is a call to action for businesses to prioritize meaningful growth, customer happiness, and simplicity. It's about crafting personalized experiences and building authentic relationships. How do you think businesses can start implementing these ideas?
It starts with a mindset shift. Businesses can begin by taking small, testable steps, iterating based on what works. It's about being a generalist, mastering essential skills, and focusing on existing customers rather than chasing new leads. By doing so, they can create a more sustainable and fulfilling business model.
Thank you for that insightful discussion. It's been an engaging exploration of how businesses can thrive by prioritizing betterment over blind growth. Let's remember that meaningful growth comes from customer happiness, not just acquisition. Until next time, keep questioning the status quo and embracing simplicity.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Stay resilient, autonomous, and keep learning. Until our next episode, take care.